Yeah, wake up and live, world. It's Jerome Butler. Let's wake up and live. We're live from Portmore St. Catherine.
Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed.
Hello, world.
No more back thinking. Time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There's so much hatred, war and poverty. Wake up all the teachers, time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say. They're the ones who's coming up, and the world is in their hands. When you teach the children, teach them the very best you can. The world won't get no better if we just let it be. Na, 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 na. The world won't get no better. We gotta change it, yeah, just you and me. Wake up all the doctors, make the old people well. They're the ones who suffer and who catch all the hair. But they don't have so very long before their judgment day. So won't you make them happy before they pass away? Wake up all the builders, time to build a new land. I know we could do it if we all lend a hand. The only thing we have to do is put it in our minds. Surely things will work out. They do it every time. The world won't get no better if we just let it be. Na, 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 na. The world won't get no better. We gotta change it, yeah, just you and me.
And indeed, we're gonna help to change this world one song at a time. One thought at a time.
Change it, yeah.
One action at a time. This is Wake Up and Live with Jerome Butler. Live from Portmore St. Catherine. Sunshine City of Jamaica. This is your international feel-good capital of the world.
Wake up!
Wake up and live!
Need a little help, y'all.
Help your fellow man.
Need a little help. Say it for me, some help, y'all. Change the world. What it used to.
Of course, we're waking up in Kingston, Jamaica.
Do it alone.
But in London, England, you've been up. It's 1:08 p.m. You've been up for quite a while.
Wake up, everybody!
In Tokyo, Japan, it's 9:08 p.m.
Get up!
Saying hello to my friend and my love.
Get up!
Naoko, right there in Ibaraki.
Come on.
Oh, yes, to me, Naoko.
Wake up, everybody!
In Atlanta, Georgia, United States of America, it's 8:08 a.m.
What you have to say?
So indeed, you are waking up with me, you late risers. From the Sunshine City, Portmore St. Catherine, Kingston is not far off. For those who know Kingston, Jamaica, it's still Jamaica, Portmore St. Catherine. In Oslo, Norway, it's 2:08 p.m. Saying hello to my friend Vie and Matthias and Lise.
Don't use us! Stop using the dope! Wake up! Yeah.
Wake up, world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
Won't you tell me now? Won't you tell me now? False fire! False preaching! False
Yeah, we're gonna do away with a lot of those false teachings. Allow the culture and the image, the essence and the reggae music of Jamaica to lead you. And we got a lot of reggae coming out. Don't you worry about that.
Teach the truth.
Teach the truth. Right here at reggae2reggae.com. Rocky Sons Productions. Walkway 30 Productions. It's music and vibe, it's energy, it's Jamaica. Hello world. It's Jerome Sage Butler. Whoa, it feels so good. And because it feels so good, we're gonna keep this vibration going and give you some true reggae from the rock. Rastafari.
Yeah man, this one is for the people them who love staying at bed late. Wake up and live.
Yeah, Rastafari.
Rise up this morning, you're rising. Breathe fire, sky fire. Rise up this morning,
Elohim.
you're rising.
Elohim.
Breathe fire, sky fire. Rise up this morning, you're rising. Breathe fire, sky fire. Rise up this morning,
Wake up and live.
you're rising. Breathe fire,
Yahweh, yo.
sky fire.
Live from Sunshine City, Port Morrison, Captain, Jamaica. It's Grandmaster Jerome Sage Butler. Wake up and live, world. Elohim. 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 Yoshua. Elohim. Elohim.
Rise up this morning,
Elohim.
you're rising.
Elohim.
Breathe fire,
Yoshua.
sky fire. Rise up this morning,
Rastafari.
rising. Breathe fire, sky fire. Rise up this morning, you're rising. Breathe fire, sky fire. Rise up this morning, you're rising. Breathe fire, sky fire.
Elohim. Wake up and live. Live from Port Morrison, Captain, Jamaica to the world.
Light up all ages.
Elohim. Yoshua. Rastafari. I and I and I.
Rise up this morning, you're rising. Breathe fire, sky fire. Rise up this morning, you're rising. Breathe fire, sky fire.
Live. Reggae2reggae.com. Radio and broadcast show. Big up Rockin' Sun Productions. Dr. Smudge.
I don't want them to life.
Big up Dr. Smudge. Live from Portmore, Sunshine City. Wake up and live. Heal the Elohim.
Mighty race.
Yoshua. Yahweh.
Don't be like a tree without roots.
Hail Mama Africa. China. Haitian. Japan. Europe.
The brightest
And a new
light.
world.
Rise up this morning, you're rising. Breathe fire, sky fire. Rise up this morning, you're rising. Breathe fire, sky fire.
Wake up and live. Live from Port Morrison Catchment. Live from the Sunshine State of Jamaica. It's the Rock, where we hail the Elohim, we hail the Most High. We give thanks and praise. We play the music that keeps you bubbling, keeps you vibing. And I'm just the vibe master, the life master, Grandmaster Jerome Sage Butler. And it's wonderful to have you. It's wonderful to be kicking this off. And you know, it's almost like a mystic vibration, because when we kicked off at first, there was just like this, the silence. And I didn't even recognize it till about a minute and then some had in. But that silence was so wonderful, because in the essence is the silence. And from the silence comes the sound. And as we rise through the silence into the sound, the sounds of Jamaica is always pleasant. There's sometimes the experiences aren't exactly the experiences that we would care to write home about in some corners of Jamaica. And there's been some issues in Jamaica where it relates to children and how we've been treating the youngest of our society. And there's an appeal out for us to address these issues of social justice as it relates to our children, where the law sees offenses against our children. And there's some activities in Jamaica right now that has been considered very much demonic, and to us it's very strange. To the world, maybe you've been through similar experiences and there's a psychological faculty that can deal with this, but in Jamaica it's a family, and when there's hurt in the family, it really disturbs the whole psyche of what's going on. The music is filled with it, but right here at Wake Up and Live, I try not to make it about the negative, I look at the positive. So later on in the show we'll have a mother in to talk about an organization that was started by her kids. And we'll hear about that a little bit more as the show goes further, because we're going to be going until 9 a.m. this morning. It's Wake Up and Live. It's Kingston. It's St. Catherine. It's Portmore. It's Negril. It's whole of Jamaica. It's the 24/24. It's reggae2reggae.com. We're live, family. And we're going to keep this vibration going. And as I say, as we look forward to how we will treat the issues that are affecting our children and fix some of these social ills and even the kind of culture that, as we say in Jamaica, we call it demonic, because it's unlike what we know to be life. And as we get into that state of mind to get there, and as we support the kids and the children in the drive towards excellence and just expressing themselves, we always got to start out with our mothers. So we got to give a shout out to the wonderful mothers out there all over the world who are being champions of the cause of bringing forth the next generation, and that are supporting them through all the issues of life, and also alongside the mothers or the fathers. Live from Portmore, St. Catherine, reggae2reggae.com. We've got live radio and TV show. I'm your host, Grandmaster Jerome Sage Butler. Some say Sage, some say Jerome Sage, some say Grandmaster. Anyway, it's still I, and it's still Jamaica, and it's still the Sunshine City.
All the ladies, them know say them a rebel for life. Make I under you know say Selassie I.
Sounds of the poet Ayunda.
I. She's a rebel. Yes, she's a rebel.
As we play this song, we're gonna pick up friends out there in Switzerland.
She ain't no devil. She's a rebel. Yes, she's a rebel. She's a rebel. She'll make you comfortable. She well eligible. She able to survive. Ready to do what she got to do. To be who she got to be. Living independently. She got keys to key far. She always on the run. She keeps so fit. She not go pop down. Maybe fast, maybe slow. She's still on the go, on the go, on the go, on the go. She's a rebel. Yes, she's a rebel. She's a rebel. Sometimes she meets the rebel. She ain't no devil. She's a rebel. Yes, she's a rebel. She's a rebel. She make you comfortable. She well eligible. She's a rebel for love, emotionally. She take you to the bedroom for a cup of tea. She's dear for you, prepare for you, miserable for you. Cause she got, yes she got. Cause she got, yes she got. Cause she got, yes she got. A rebel quality. rebel. Yes, she's a rebel. She's a rebel. Sometimes she is a rebel. She ain't no devil. She's a rebel. Yes, she's a rebel. She's a rebel. She make you comfortable. She well eligible. She love to be nice, rich in her spice, bleach her skin, pierce her ears and tattoo. She no care what no one want to say. She do what she want to do. Cause she got, yeah she got. Cause she got, yeah she got. Cause she got, yeah she got. A rebel quality. She's a rebel. Yes, she's a rebel. She's a rebel. Sometimes she means the rebel. She ain't no devil. She's a rebel. Yes, she's a rebel. She's a rebel. She make you comfortable. She well eligible. She able to survive. Ready to do what she got to do. To be who she got to be. Living independently. She got keys to keep far. She always on the run. She keeps so fit. She nah go pop down. Maybe fast, maybe slow. She still on the go and the go and the go and the go. She's a rebel. Yes, she's a rebel. She's a rebel. Sometimes she makes the rebel. She ain't no devil.
That's right, she ain't no devil. She's indeed a rebel. Sounds of the poet Ayunda. Live, Rocky and Sons production. Reggae to Reggae, live radio and TV show. And I'm your host, Jerome Butler. Hello world, how you doing? What's happening? It's beautiful, it's beautiful, it's beautiful. You know, it's beautiful to be doing this, and it's wonderful to be reaching out, you know what I mean? And if you're out there and just, you know, feeling, feel free to connect. But along this journey in Jamaica, we as Rastafari, and not just, you know, Rastafarians, as Christians, you know, we always say, you know, you should know yourself. So you cannot have a conversation with a Jamaican and not hear at some point an allusion or someone referring to the fact that you should know yourself. So in our context, the essence is to know thyself. Uprising Roots Band.
Yeah man, Selassie the first, Rastafari. It's the uprising, better believe it. Get a youth, stop the willy lynching. Know yourself, be yourself. Been a back up on shelf, your soul you got self. Know yourself.
What a man them say, know yourself.
Know yourself, love yourself. Been a back up on shelf, your soul you got self. Know yourself, be yourself.
Be yourself. Know thyself.
Every day it's the same thing.
Change must come down.
No Gaza and no Gully can't get to you. King Selassie, yeah, he run the road. So every day uprising, heighting. My bamboo chalice and my herb keep steaming. My people know yourself. Life is everything. Know yourself, be yourself. Been a back up and shelf. Your soul you got sell again. Know yourself, be yourself. Know yourself, love yourself. Been a back up and shelf. Your soul you got sell. Know yourself, be yourself.
Youth awareness, the key. Knowledge of roots, culture, history. We have potential and ability.
Tell them.
Part create the reality. Cut out divisions and borderline. As a family come together, socialize. Get Willie Lynch syndrome out your mind. Take heed, the uprising punchline.
Know yourself, be yourself. Been a back up and shelf. Your soul you got self. Know yourself, be yourself. Know yourself, love yourself. Been a back up and shelf. Your soul you got self. Know yourself, be yourself. Cause every day it's the same thing. On the corner keep yapping. No Gaza and no Gully can't get to you. King Selassie, yeah, he run the road. So every day uprising, heighting. My bamboo chalice and my herb keep steaming. to know yourself. Life is everything. Know yourself. Be yourself. In a back up and shelf. Your soul you got sell. Know yourself. Be yourself. Know yourself. Love yourself. In a back up and shelf. Your soul you got sell. Know yourself. Be yourself. In a back up and shelf, your soul you got self. Know yourself, be yourself. Know yourself, love yourself. In a back up and shelf, your soul you got self. Know yourself, be yourself.
Youth awareness, the key, knowledge of roots, culture, history. We have potential and ability. Our thoughts create the reality. So division and borderline. As a family come together, socialize. Get really links and drip out your mind. Let's hear the uprising punchline.
Know yourself, be yourself. In a back up and shelf, your soul you got self. Know yourself, be yourself. Know yourself, love yourself. In a back up and shelf.
Know thyself. That is the cry, always coming out of Kingston, Jamaica, out of Portmore St. Catherine, out of the 13 of the 14 parishes, you know, because there are really 14 parishes, but they're really, you know, divided because Kingston and St. Andrew, you know, it's said to be one parish, you know, sort of the 14th and the 13th become one. Yes, the 13 parishes are the 14 prefectures of Jamaica says, you know thyself. That's been the whole issue on our mind as we find ourselves drifting from that path that has led us, you know, to the glorious kind of impact we've had culturally in the world. Right here at Wake Up and Live, coming to you live, we're broadcasting live from Portmore St. Catherine. One of the essences of my thinking is that we should always endeavor towards clarity. Means that there has always been experiences that drive us. Some of it is gut instinct and some of it is just cultural norms. And as we go forward in this new age, we should seek to revolutionize those cultural norms and try to find a reason for those gut feelings as we drive ourselves forward, because essentially we are splintering at the very center and core of our being, and that is not just evident in Jamaica, it's evident in the world. And at Wake Up and Live, we don't just think that it's all about music. It's about a revelation, a clarity, a transformation of people's experiences. And this is the essence of internet radio, in my perspective, that there's an audience bigger than the locality of your precinct, your prefecture, your parish, your county, your state. This is indeed the world city. This is international cyberspace. This is where the minds come together. Engage. Go on to reggae.com, check out our internet offerings. There's so much things there available for artists. There's consultations and there are packages to equip artists to be able to manage the complexities of this business. At Walkway 30 Productions, there's an absolutely wonderful and fabulous production studio that produces some of the highest quality Jamaican reggae music, filled with deep, socially rousing content. And the essence of it all is that here at reggae.com, live radio and TV show, this is a revolution. So if you're only one person, tell your friends about it. Let the world know what's happening. This is the dawn of a new age. In Jamaica, we're right there, toe to toe. The soul of the Most High is with us. And as we say, hello world, we say from a place that we want to interact. So I'd like to say good morning to all the people, the fans, right there in Nuuk, Greenland. It's 10:29 a.m. In Havana, Cuba, it's 8:29 a.m. In Edinburgh, Scotland, it's 1:29 p.m. So I would like to say good afternoon to all the people listening in Edinburgh, Scotland. Good evening. How has it been, Mike? Has it been a cup of good tea? Or is that really English? I know it is. In Jamaica, we have this thing, you know, if wherever you're from and we know, we know a little bit about it, you know, we begin to go into a little bit of bagpipes, you know, and, you know, we try to do a little bit of company, let's say, in laddie, you know, we can't try to do that, you know, because we know a little about a little, and we're not just about trying to say one thing, ain't it? We're trying to say many things, aren't we? And the beauty about it is that it's wonderful because it's all Jamaica. We are a cacophony of wonderful and absolutely beautiful music. And let's say, and laddies out there on the wall in Edinburgh, Scotland, I'd like to say a wonderful and absolutely beautiful good evening to you, good afternoon. In Abidjan, right there in Africa, it's 12:30 p.m. So I'd like to say good afternoon as well to my brother right there in Africa, you know what I mean? Abidjan, you know what I mean? Respect, you know, my African brothers and sisters, you know, it's all good. And, you know, to my Arabian brothers and sisters, too, you know, right in Baghdad, you know, Iraq, that is, you know what I mean? That's 3:30 p.m. So I say good evening. And I can say good night to all the people watching and listening in Beijing, China. It's 8:30 p.m. And right here in Kingston, Jamaica, how should I say in St. Catherine, Jamaica, Kingston just across the harbor, it's 7:30 a.m. And I just want to say, you know, for people saying, you're in Portmore, St. Catherine? Where's Portmore? And I think Kingston keeps slipping out for all the people who are not familiar with Portmore, St. Catherine. It's actually across the harbor and the port, and I love ports. So, I mean, coming across is always wonderful. It's nestled in a wonderful community as well, and, you know, wonderful people. I want to say good morning to Mike Steer and family, and that's the whole master as well, you know, behind, you know, Reggae to Reggae and Walkway 30 Productions, and also big up, you know, the man DJ Smudge from Rocky Sons Production. Yeah, I'm your host Jerome Butler, keeping the music going. We'll go forward to the poet Ayunda, bigging up.
I'm gonna go chant a chant, and it goes like this.
Hail in the Most High Majesty. Hail the Elohim.
I Selassie I. Hail aim a far right eye. I Selassie I seated I. In Mount Aine I. The me gonna give off life. I Selassie I lives on rain. You know the heights of all living things. I Selassie I. Bluebird from that Iowa until this Iowa. I patriation is a more sugar bread. At a lava and I bring the fire. On the beast and him followers trample the fasces of Rome. Flames and fire upon destruction. I Selassie I put off production. Hail I Selassie I. Shook a plague, shook a loco, shook a complicated heart. Shook illusion, shook the devil, shook the beast. Shook lights about, shook a grave, no image, shook uniform of brutality, shook bonnet, shook gun strength, shook the devil out of flesh, beast, steel. You people the mind of the beast and no say Haile Selassie I is the irata. Shook anything else, red matter, flames and fire. Lava free wicked judgment, free devil, Haile Selassie I Selassie I will not make I and I fall. I and I protection is always a weak. The protection of life, Haile Selassie I son. Will not hurt I and I at sunlight, yes. Moon and moonlight, rain during the season, dust during the wind, stars during the night. Haile Selassie strengthen I to strengthen and people strength forward. I and I people towards the right heights of I keep them safe. Haile Selassie I protect I and I people. As I and I people come and go, no end for I. Give idols and praises for all this sunlight and moonlight. Strengthen I and I. Through all these eyes is your life, Selassie. Trample all weak God, pagan and backbiter. Lightning and thunder for the wicked judgment for the devil. Red at the lava. And I have been the fire on the beast and them followers. Trample the fascists of Rome, flames and fire. On this junction, cut off cordonction, realize Selassie. Fire upon Rome, fire upon Babylon, with them evil vibration. Fire upon Eden, shielded and backbiter. Fire upon the beast, fire upon Lucifer, Selassie. I and I people and moonlight, help them live them life at sunlight. Show I and I people wait for.
Right now in Jamaica we're at the sunlight. Right now in Jamaica we're at the sunlight. So we say wake up and live. I know somewhere in the world right now it's sunset. And as you wish the sun's goodbye and wishing to see it again tomorrow, I say wake up, wake up, wake up and live. You still can have that wake up vibration right here from Port Mercy, Catch in Jamaica. You still can have some sunshine in your evening and in your nighttime. I love it. Oh, this is a big up to the man. Oh, I Jock Sugar Wayne right here on Reggae2Reggae.com live radio TV show. He comes in at 10. Also shout out going out to the chief, our very own indigenous maroon chief and master. We do so love our indigenous culture. And also big up to King I. He comes in at 2 and he goes on till 6. Wake up and live. All the things affecting our children, we really need a ceasefire. For all the people out there in the world that knows that violence against kids is crazy. Sounds of the artist vibrant. From the vibrant sunshine city, Port Mercy, Catherine, Jamaica. No kill the little Shelly and the assassin for them. And demon repute that. Yeah, we say. For all those who believe that the children are our future present and our past, because we were all there, love for our children. We need a ceasefire. We need a ceasefire all across the world. Sounds of vibrant. How are you, world? Wake up and live. No kill the little Shelly and the assassin for them. A demon repute and slaughter them. Last year, this year, I walk one. And the same thing rewind and start again. But ceasefire. Remember you stay there. Nobody from Port Mercy and Catherine. Reggae2Reggae.com live radio and TV broadcast show. Wake up and live. We'll not stop beat this one.
Leave her alone. Don't even try to know our ear code. She's just 7-year-old. How you feel like we have a one machine? Wanna feel like you don't want to terrorize people and building? Wanna go? You over? Listen them. Left the black Congo, start war again. Now every man strap down, start back again. Yo, me hear them say them not take talk again. Me tell them plant good seeds and water them. No kill the little Shelly and the assassin for them. A demon repute and slaughter them. Last year, this year, I walk one again. And the same thing rewind and start again. But ceasefire. Remember you stay there. Nobody kill them in a crossfire. Ceasefire. Remember you stay there. Nobody kill them. Missing ceasefire. Remember you stay there. Nobody kill them in a crossfire. Ceasefire. Remember you stay there. Nobody kill them. Yo, me say me eyes them full of water. When them kill Shanika, I know it's a disaster if the children are of future. Them kill Courtney Walker and them kill Ananda. Worldwide the parents them a wonder and a wonder, but it seems like no one cares. Oh, it's gonna wipe grandma tears. 9 months belly pain, mama feel it. And some little pervert want come steal it. Me tell them ceasefire.
say ya.
Nobody kill them in a crossfire, ceasefire. Remember you say ya. Nobody kill them. Missing ceasefire.
Ceasefire.
Remember you say ya.
Remember the children.
Nobody kill them in a crossfire, ceasefire. Remember you say ya. Nobody kill them. Yo, me see them. Left the black tanga, start war again. Now every man strapped and start back again. Yo, me hear them say them not TikTok again. Me tell them plant good seeds and water them. No kill the little Shelly and the Asaf of them. A demon, rape youth and slaughter them. Last year, this year, I walk one again. And the same thing rewind and start again.
Ceasefire.
Remember you say ya.
Remember the youth. Remember the children.
Remember you say ya. Nobody kill them. Missing ceasefire. Remember you say ya. Nobody kill them in a crossfire. Ceasefire. Remember you say ya. Nobody kill them. No, no. Allow the youth them let them grow now. Allow them pick them. John, when me feel it, star, yo. John was star, yo. A demon them star. You can't rape and kill people, star. Yo, I'm to the future. When I leave it to the future, Ken's the future lock. You know what I mean? Yo, love the youth them and care the youth them and grow the youth them the right way, man. Show them the truth, show them love. Now because they have a gun for your waist, you have to do what you like. Terrorize people and them beat me. Yo, no good man, sure. You know it's only. You know it's vibrant, you know what I mean? I got to send out the message. Yo, I'm out. Take it. Out of many. Well.
Ceasefire. Sounds of the man vibrant, right? They're from Yallis. And that's St. Thomas, yeah. And that's also on the coast, the eastern end of Jamaica. I know we have a lot of international travelers to Jamaica right now, so I just want to say good morning to all the visitors in the hotels and the guest houses and, you know, just visiting a virgin on the mountain. For all the little princesses trading with the idol Rasta man, bless up. And we do not support rent to dread. We don't say bun them, but we don't support them. So for all of the daughters with the rent to dread, you know what I mean? It's a part of the culture too, so you know what I mean? You're right there in the girl, you know, we live there too, so we see some of these little crazy stuff, you know what I mean? It's commercialization at the highest level. It's all in good fun, trying to have good humor and a good time, as long as it doesn't cause any kind of hurt, harm, or any kind of disrespect beyond, you know, reasonable measure, you know what I mean? Because we're human, you gotta be more than a little thin skin, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't mind a rent to dread. If you ask me, Jerome Sage Butler, are you a rent to dread? Of course I'm not a rent to dread. I'm an idol Rastaman, and I love Yahshua the Christ. You know, I'm a man from the mountains. I'm not simple. People say I'm a little argumentative, but then, you know what I mean, I'm on the radio, so I mean, you know what I mean? And I did broadcast radio before. I mean, landlocked broadcast radio, so I mean, I've done this for a while, you know? And it's no praise, but I'm just saying that, you know what I mean? I think I'm pretty thick-skinned, you know what I mean? I'm not a soft-hearted Jamaican, like, you know, when it comes to, you know, a little criticism. We love it. I mean, I love it. Yes, you know what I mean? We're live from Portmore, St. Catherine, you know, and, you know, broadcasting all across the world, and it's wonderful, you know what I mean? It's reggae2reggae.com live radio and TV show, you know what I mean? You want to big up the man DJ Smudge, you know what I mean? Love, brother. It's a good vibe, you know. Mike is there, you know. You all have had a great idea, and it's come together most wonderfully. And I got to say, you know, kudos, thumbs up. You know, you have something that works, you know. And in the future to come, there's gonna be a lot of improvements. You know what I mean? There's gonna be a lot of improvement in Wake Up and Live, this show, and the very essence of Reggae to Reggae radio and TV broadcast show. I mean, there are going to be a lot of changes, and you're going to see a lot of, you know, wonderful people who's going to play a lot of beautiful music. And I know what you're saying, world. You're saying, more reggae. Hi. Sounds of Rage and Fire band. Yeah, healing out of, you know, Kingston, Jamaica. Yeah. Big up Birthright.
If you're running from
Don't run from yourself. Be yourself. Face yourself. No chicken around here.
Reward will be great in July. If you run from yourself, you will lose. Oh, if I run from myself, I will lose. You gotta stand and fight like a man. Then your reward will be great in July. Oh, they criticize, try to spoil our lives. No, they're never ever gonna get to society. Try to make me mad, try to make me sad. No, we try to choose a land with a raging fire. So if you run from yourself, you will lose.
Don't run. Face yourself.
You gotta stand and fight like a man. Then your reward will be great in July. Oh, I see the vampires chasing me. Yes, they're trying to take our lives, yeah.
Good morning, Jamaica.
Oh, I see
Good morning, world. Good night, good evening.
vampires chasing me. Your words must live on, yeah. So if you run from yourself, you will lose.
At 40 minutes to 8 a.m. in Kingston, Jamaica, don't run from yourself. Ain't no Jamaican gonna run.
Stand and fight like a man. Then your reward will be great in July. If you run from yourself, if you run from yourself, if you run from yourself, you will lose.
At exactly 13 minutes to off 8 a.m. in Kingston, Jamaica, in Port St. Catherine, Jamaica, ain't no Jamaican running from themselves. That would be unfortunate. You're listening to Wake Up and Live. Wake Up and Live with a raging fire. I am Jerome Sage Butler. Some call me Grandmaster. Some call me Sage. Whoever you call me, I'm still Jerome Sage Butler. I'm still the same. Yeah, we're raging, you know, with the band Raging Fire. Yeah, big up Birthright, you know, my friend Kumar. We're born on the same day, and that is the 12th of December. Yeah, we're December babies. And boy, you know, I mean, the music is strong. Gotta keep the music going. This one is from the artist that gave you Ceasefire, Vibrant. Yeah, Major Links Production is what it's called.
Them now have no arms and them now take no time. But pop and blast, escape like the war. Them now have no heart. Major Links, them now have no heart. Major Links.
Yeah, you know,
Them now have no arms and them.
to the family, Vibrant, you don't know, you know, respect and love. My brother, I love you do the work. So big up to the Trio Life family, Dub Master Lynch, Master X, my old group, you know, because I'm an artist as well. So I just want to say give thanks, you know what I mean? That's a family. Big up the whole fraternity. Vibrant, blessed man, my brother, respect. You know what I mean?
Them now have no arms and them now take no time. But pop and blast, escape like the war. Them now have no heart. Major Links, them now have no heart. Major Links. First place. Just make we take care of we birthplace. We birthplace, that is the worst case. The dirty violence, but we have no space. We have no space. Mr. First place. Just make we take care of we birthplace. We birthplace, that is the worst case. The dirty violence, but we have no space. We have no space. Mr. First thing, I know something for run. Big man, now introduce the youth them to gun. From you at the violence, you subtract the fun. Straight up the war thing for done. Nothing we analyze, me realize that them no wise. Walk to 80 eyes, some face and be minds. Them have the youth, them under build disguise. I shoot out them under the eyes. That's why me say first place. Just make we take care of we birthplace. We birthplace, that is the worst case. The dirty violence, but we have no space. We have no space. Me say first place. Just make we take care of we birthplace. We birthplace, that is the worst case. The dirty violence, but we have no space. We have no space. I mean, stop treat the place like a no man land. If we can't take care of y'all, then tell me who can. And we produce a lot of starve on the little island. Back off with the war and go cool, yeah man, watch it. 98 World Cup, no mystery. Olympic Beijing condom in a history. Just make we take care of our birthplace. Birthplace, what is the worst?
We've got to take care of our birthplace.
For that we have no space.
And that is your space.
Mr. First,
And that is your place.
we take care of our birthplace.
Wherever you are in the world.
What is the worst place? They don't see violence, for that we have no space. We have no space. Start out a life, young people, stop wobble. You see and bold, yes, he is a great role model. Spear the guns and let's just go along one chuckle. And the Paul Bogle with the buckle. Martin Upland, no and Marcus, them struggle. Just for maintain black man life puzzle. Some of you talk to the end, straight to the man we hustle. For put down destructive muscle. And let me sing first place. Just make we take care of our birthplace. We birthplace, what is the worst case? It don't see violence, for that we have no space. We have no space, Mr. First Place. Just make we take care of our birthplace. We birthplace, what is the worst case? It don't see violence, for that we have no space. We have no space, Mr. First Thing. I'm just out the place to run. Big man, no introduce you them to gun. From you at the violence, just subtract the fun. Straight out the one thing for done. For done. Nothing to me analyze, me realize that them no wise. Walk to ATI, some fest and mere friends. Them have the youth, them under mere disguise. I shoot out them one under the eyes. So help me sing first place. Just make we take care of we birthplace. We birthplace, what is the worst case? They don't think violence, but that we have no space. We have no space, Mr. First Place. Just make we take care of we birthplace. We birthplace, what is the worst case? They don't think violence, but that we have no space. We have no space. Them now have no heart, so them not take the talk. But off and blast, escape not the war. Them now have no heart. Major league, them now have no heart. Rasta kids, them now have no heart. So them not take the talk. But off and blast, escape not the war.
As you know, say,
Them now have no heart. Major leagues, them now have no heart.
them don't really have no art, you know what I mean? That is the wonderful and crazy thing about this world, you know what I mean? It's some mad things that's happening. So you know that, I'm here in the studio, I am my own producer, my own engineer, so you know what I mean? I'm answering my calls and keep it in touch. So remember I was telling you that we, in the essence of what has been happening with our children, and if a lot of people in the world do not know what has been happening to our children, right now across Jamaica there's been an outcry because there's been an increase in physical and sexual violence of kids. And it is something quite unusual to Jamaican culture because we are people that have been known to protect our children. We might not come in international radars as such doing, but we have our own colloquial understanding of taking care of our kids. And needless to say, that is broken apart and has become a shambles. So essentially, there's been a lot of talk from, social classes within society. Those of the higher echelons of society wants to enact laws and policies, and to be fair to them, they have actually started enacting laws and policies to address these issues of increased violence against children. The essence is that some of these policies will take a while to be implemented, while some is being implemented. But the impetus now is towards getting the children to not only be a protector of themselves in the simplest sense, but also being a protector of each other, being a unit that can be a stronger force against those who would want to threaten their safety. And as we empower children to even protect themselves, I remember that young lady that was shot in Pakistan, because she spoke out against the Taliban and their regime of not wanting to educate women. From right here in my vantage point in Port St. Catherine, Jamaica, I'm a mountain man and I believe in a lot of holistic cultures. I do not believe in any that excludes women from education. So I am with that young lady. I pray for her, I prayed for her, and I'm praying for her. And I ask that you also pray for her too as she recovers from gunshot wounds to the head. And there were other young ladies that was targeted as well. So as we look at these issues that are affecting our children, as our children rise up to protect their own dignity, because it seems to me that a lot of the adults aren't really doing the job that they're supposed to be doing, that we're supposed to be doing, protecting our children. So the children are speaking out for themselves. So this morning we have a mother that's going to be coming in a little later on, and she's going to tell us about her daughter's organization called 100 Arts Inc. And now they're here. Well, actually, she's here in Jamaica to launch. And if you can see, there we go, 100 Arts Jamaica. So we got 100 Arts. Let me move my little pendant. There we go. So yeah, we got 100 Hearts Jamaica, and that's a charity and a charitable organization started by Canon Campbell, and that's just the daughter of Diana Gray-Campbell, and they're Jamaicans that live in New York. And I want to say good morning to Canon Campbell and Sky Campbell, and those two beautiful sisters, young ladies, are the conveners and the creators of 100 Hearts Inc. and now 100 Arts Jamaica, and that's a non-profit social organization that seeks to, acquire funds through charitable works to support heart research and heart care, and all around just the very essence of, good health, heart. So we have Diana Gray-Campbell that's going to be coming in later on to talk to us about 100 Arts Inc. And as I said, at Wake Up and Live, we are a whole cultural and social experience. That has been my socialization, and I can't escape from it. Interspersed between that, I must admit, I have the music. And, I'm going to play this one from Raging Fire. I love this one. No, matter of fact, I want to play this one because I realize for the times across the world, there's some lovers in bed right now. And some lovers are far away from their love. And I know I'm far away from my love at the moment. So this one is going out to my love, to Nao, in Ibarakan, Japan. Oh, you see me, Naoko. This one is for you. I miss my baby now.
My baby now, yeah, yeah, yeah.
For the lovers.
Yes, I miss my baby now. Yeah. You're always on my mind. Yes, girl. This love was meant to be. Yes, baby. Just call me anytime, girl. I know.
Call me anytime, baby.
I'll be there in time.
Jamaica's here, I am here.
Baby, 'cause you're my heart's desire. I know on the wings of love will fly.
As we talk about the heart.
Yes, baby, and high above the clouds we'll go.
Well springs overflow, baby. Love you, world.
So when I'm far away, I count the days to see you. Yes, baby. When I'm far away, I count the days to see you. You're always on my mind. Yes, girl. This love was meant to be. I said this love was meant to be, my girl. And through the roughest of my times, girl, I know you're always there for me. Yes, baby, 'cause you're my heart's desire. I know the wings of love will fly. My baby, high above the clouds we'll go, girl, into eternity.
That's for all the lovers far away. And my love certainly is. But it's also close in my heart. For all the hearts to heart this morning, this evening and this night. Love. Absolute love. Sounds of raging fire. Raging from out of Kingston, Jamaica. You know what I mean? Yeah, and that one, yeah, perfect, wasn't it? For the heart, you know what I mean? Yeah. Such a nice segue from the 100 Hearts Inc. The 100 Hearts Jamaica. Don't you just love that? For all the broken hearts today, I hope you get on the mend. I know what it feels like, but I truly hope you get on the mend. You know, yeah, I know that feeling. And for all those who are deeply and most committedly in love, you know, I want to say, you know, keep that strength going, inspire others. What they call it? Contagious. Love is contagious. Tara Swell has a song by that. So yeah, make it become contagious. Yes. You know, just going through the rhythm of my next segment. You know, so the thing about, you know, when you're doing radio now, in the sense of, yeah, you know, you're doing broadcast radio, there is something a little, you know, secrets that are revealed, you know, because you get to see the workings, you know what I mean? Because for many years, I guess people thought that we didn't really, you know, maybe we didn't work, you know, we just got on the radio and we talked. But, you know, there's actually a process, you know, behind it. And it's it's amazing. Wake Up and Live, live from Portmore, St. Catherine. You're listening to Reggae live radio and TV show. I'm your host, Jerome Butler, and I'm indeed inviting you to wake up and live with us in Kingston, Jamaica. And even if you're all across the world and it's midnight, here's some sunshine into your midnight. So I'm going to play some music in this segment from artists close at home. My own productions, my friends' productions, Walkway 30 productions. This next hour, we're going to put music across from that space, as well as we're going to do that interview. So I'm going to kick things off with a track by my group LSX. That's LSX, that's Lynch, Sage and X. And we're poets. Full of information, yeah. So, alright, this track is from LSX, my group.
Yeah, you know, X, you know, aka the king of Spain, you know. And we come to talk to black people right, you know. Yeah, man, the revolution is a 2012 now, LSX, you know. Free up the dollars and make the money come. Free up the dollars and make the money come.
In this money world.
Free up the dollars and make the money come, so we can have a better life down in the slums.
We need a better life down in the slums. We need a better life down in Jamaica. So we really have to free up the dollars. Listen to sounds of LSX.
From 2000.
Yeah. Big up LSX.
aka the king of Spain, you know. And we come to talk to black people right, you know. Yeah, man, the revolution is a 2012 now, LSX, you know. Free up the dollars and make the money come. Free up the dollars and make the money come. Free up the dollars and make the money come, so we can have a better life down in the slums. Free up the dollars and make the money come. Free up the dollars and make the money come. Free up the dollars and make the money come, so we can have a better life in a jam down. From 2001 we send the money now run. It's like the money machine masher from the twin to what go down. Cars are living a rise and we pay now move. If the taxi basic, now the poor man a lose. Now we do like motor and walk without shoes. And no wonder why back road have so much prostitute. Imagine me a try sell some food. Police kick it over, you know see the guy rude. Then come a one like a prove him a prove. Hear me out tight, miss jacket suit. If nothing now one, well the youth them a go loot. Nothing now all no mess them and no play dues. Son tired of when them want drink true juice. Free up the dollars and make the money come. Free up the dollars and make the money come. Free up the dollars and make the money come, so we can have a better life down in the slums. Free up the dollars and make the money come. Free up the dollars and make the money come. Free up the dollars and make the money come, so we can have a better life in a jam down.
Life lesson, know your road. All of them look the same. Don't confuse it, get lost and you blame chance. It's about time you take a chance. Chance it the man, you never know, you never know. You the catch the rate for bubble the pot. You don't see the sugar pan empty. Just last week me get 7 for buying me new suits with the arm patsy wedding. And cousin John funeral. And no LSX fat Jamaica done. OK Corral, OK Corral, LSX beginnings. Our survival. Life lesson, know your road. All of them look the same. Don't confuse it, get lost and you blame chance. It's about time, take a chance. Chance it no man, chance it no man. Life lesson, know your road. All of them look the same. Don't confuse it, get lost and you blame chance. It's about time you take a chance. Chance it no man, you never know, you never know. Rasta know how to make the money. Watching society playing Monopoly. Spirituality come before materiality. So you can't dress up the economy like how you put pepper like on almond tree. Almond tree, almond tree. I bet you never tell how much it gain. So ask the business class what the profit and loss. And the youth go to shopping so the money loss. But the keeper making a money laugh. Look how long Rasta man, I tell them self a plant and them killing out all of the spiritual plant. Canon can make ethanol gas food a rich if me turn can heal give a dog. Poverty carry a different sound and malnutrition is poor disease. Don't know what it sound, don't know what it feel. It's like a car or truck pass but a body parts. Yes, yes. In the system believe or disbelieve, and all them a search on the few will. Me hear them need a new drill. So finders, keepers, losers, weepers. If me make a tune like turbulence, good I get a hit line, get my money balance. Me must invest when me work east west, and when me pocket swell, me mash up sting. LSX mash up sting. Rasta know how to make the money. Watching society playing Monopoly. Spirituality come before materiality. So you can't dress up the economy like how you put pepper like on almond tree. Almond tree, almond tree.
Sounds of LSX, cause you can't dress up the economy like how you put pepper light on almond tree. And that is, you know, that is the essence of the situation. So we're gonna go forward and we're gonna drop a track from myself, yours truly, Grandmaster Sage, as we get out of this system and break free. This is a song from yours truly, Grandmaster Sage.
Peace and love. You know, sometimes you just feel like you want to break free, you know. There seems to be so much something blocking your way, you know what I mean? You just got to bust away.
I'm busting out, yeah. I'm busting out of the iron air. Thunder clapping to my man. Birds of heaven, out of air. Me give thanks, me escape them spell. I'm busting out of the iron air. Thunder clapping to my man. Birds of heaven, out of air, yeah. Life in the word in the wind. Break the soul, life within. Give me breath and listen. There's absolutely nothing missing. Abundance of goodness really giving. Remember that you can't rob heaven.
I'm saying, you know what I mean, this one is from yours truly, Grandmaster Sage. But before that, we had a track from LSX, you know, free up the money and make the dollars run, you know what I mean? So we can have a better life down in the slum. I didn't want to just jump, you know, just into this track, but you know, you gotta do, you know, I'm doing the engineering and everything right here, so you gotta keep yourself, you know, doing everything. So the essence of it is this, my friends. Yeah. my group is a group of poets that have been working really hard, you know what I mean, to represent, you know, art, culture, and the essence of Jamaican experience. And in the performance art, we are actors as well too, and teachers. The essence is, this is our response to the issues that's been happening in our society, and what we're doing to make a difference. And I'm sure that in every crevice and corner of the world where you are, in your own way, you are trying to make a difference. And, you know, as a famous American slogan goes, it's the economy, stupid. And so we need a better economic, you know, module that supports Africans in Jamaica and the whole amalgamation of different societies. Currently, it more supports the other societies and not the other nationals, rather, and not the indigenous, our traditional Jamaicans, who are, you know, generations left over from chattel slavery. The essence is, we have, you know, worked so hard to toil and serve this land, and the essence of it is that in toiling and serving this land, we find ourselves being and serving the essences of our European colonial powers, and satisfying their generations and making their you know, great orators and speakers look quite eloquent and magniloquent in their own eyes. We have suffered, we have toiled to create that and give them that wealth. And in 2012, we are asking that some of that economic suffrage be eased on us Jamaicans. Invest in Jamaica, because from the soul of Jamaican people have come so much to the world, and we just like something reciprocal, because it's the essence of life. So we're always saying, those who love Jamaica, invest in brand Jamaica, and that's the essence of free up the money and make the dollars run. So in my group, you have myself, which is Sage, Grandmaster Sage. You have Dubmaster Lynch, he's the L, and Sage is the S, and Master X is the X, you know. So that's a Christian, a Muslim, and a Rasta. I won't tell you which is which, you have to go figure it out. So you can Google LSX and see. Yes, so out of that, we need to break free from that harsh cultural tension that is subjugating African peoples in Jamaica. You know, we need economic prosperity. So now we are going to bust out of the iron egg, and hence this track by yours truly, Grandmaster Sage.
Peace and love. You know, sometimes you just feel like you want to break free, you know. And there seems to be so much something blocking your way, you know what I mean? You just got to bust away. I'm busting out, yeah. I'm busting out of the iron egg. Thunder clapping to my man. Birds of heaven, out of air. Me give thanks, me escape them spell. I'm busting out of the iron egg. Thunder clapping to my man. Birds of heaven, out of air, yeah. Life in the word in the wind. Breath the soul, life within. Deep breath and listen. There's absolutely nothing missing. Abundance of goodness really giving. Remember that you came from heaven. Remember that you came from heaven. 7 times rise, 7 times fall. Unraveling the mysteries of it all. 7 times rise and 7 times fall. Unraveling the mysteries of it all. Hey, cause I'm busting out of the iron egg. Thunder clapping to my mates. Birds of heaven, out of hell. Me give thanks, me escape them spell. Me give thanks, me escape them spell. Me give thanks, me escape them spell. Life in the world, word in the wind. Breath the soul, life within. Deep breath and listen. There's absolutely nothing missing. There's absolutely nothing missing. There's absolutely nothing missing. And live God love well, because most things you have to do yourself. Slave to fear or reason. Are you all about what you believe in? Searching the world for a believer, searching the world for a redeemer. Cheerful
cheerful receiver. Utmost respect to the longest liver. Hey, big up the most high, cause I'm a busting out of the iron egg. Thunder clapping to my meds. Burnt to heaven, out of hell. Me give thanks, me escape them spell. Me give thanks, me escape them spell. Life in the world, word in the wind. Break the soul, life within. Deep breath and listen. There's absolutely nothing missing. Abundance of good is really given. Remember that you came from heaven. 7 times rise, 7 times fall. Unraveling the mysteries of it all. 7 times rise, 7 times fall. Unraveling the mysteries of it all. I'm a busting out. I'm a busting out. Cause I'm a busting out to the iron head. Thunder clapping to my mates. Birds of heaven out of hell. Me give thanks, me escape them spell. Me give thanks, me escape them spell. Life in the world, word in the wind. Break the soul, life within. Deep breath and listen. There's absolutely nothing missing. Abundance of goodness really given. Remember that we came from heaven. 7 times rise, 7 times fall. Unraveling the mysteries of it all. 7 times rise, 7 times fall. Unraveling the mysteries of it all. Cause I'm a busting out, yeah. I'm a busting out, yeah. LSX a bust out, yeah. Grandmaster Sage a bust out, yeah. I'm a busting out.
Peace and love. You know, sometimes
yeah.
you just feel like you want to.
I'm a busting out.
There seems to be so much something blocking your way, you
Busting
know.
out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Busting out, you know what I mean? Right out. Yeah, you know what I mean? Get a little crazy and free because it's wake up and live, and I'm waked up and I'm living. Yeah, you know what I mean? Doing it live from Port St. Catherine. You know what I mean? Reggae to Reggae live radio and TV show. I'm your host, Grandmaster Sage, Jerome Sage Butler. How are you, world? I hope you're loving it. It's absolutely wonderful for me to bring this to you. So I hope you're loving it. And I just want to say, you know, hello to all, you know, our viewers and those who are tuned in. So I'm going to drop you a track around about now. After that wonderful bus out, you know. You know, weird this thing, you know. You see that track in the studio tonight when I laid that track down. The group had gone in to do a certain track, right? The one that we played first, the Morning World, Free Up the Dollars. That's what we went in to do. So while we were there, you know, we stayed to the morning because I had a lot of work. I was doing some stuff for like the BBC and some stuff, you know, all around. So, you know when you're busy like that. I mean, one of the things about it is that it wasn't planned. And I had a song, but it wasn't planned, and it just happened. And that's the spirit of seizing the moment, breaking free from adversity. And this song I'm going to play from Walkway 30 production is by an artist that goes by the name of Kirk Davis. And it relates to you know, the feelings that sometimes, most times, make you want to break free. You know those feelings that make you want to break free. And those feelings are what this song is talking about. When you have that sadness and you just want to bust out, you know, this song by Walkway 30, right here in Portmore, St. Catherine, produced at this wonderful studio. Mikey, big up yourself, is it? Kirk Davis.
Sadness in your eyes, and you're looking out of space. Look like you've been used, mistreated and abused. You have no one to turn to. Yeah, I say hi, how you doing? She says she's not doing well. Too much drama in my life makes me feel I wanna rebel. Situation I'm in makes me feel hell, yeah. See the pain
He'll make a way. He'll make a way. She says you feel like her heart has been torn out for a mother and a father. She always talk about. She have been refused, misled and used. No one to turn to. She says she never knew how she got to be so wild. Been searching for love ever since she was a child. Don't worry, my friend, he will stick with you till the end. Over and over again. See that pain you're feeling, you got to let it go. Christ is the only way. I'll tell you so you know he'll make a way. He'll make a way. Got to give the praises to the Most High. Oh, glorify His holy name. See the pain you're feeling, you got to let it go. Christ is the only way. I'll tell you so you know he'll make a way. Christ will make a way. Christ will make a way. See the pain, the pain, the pain. That's just the road. I'll tell you so you know. See the pain, the pain, the pain, pain that you feel.
Oh, the pain that you feel. Sounds of Kirk Davis. Sadness in Her Eyes. Track for this right here. Walkway 30 production. Portmore, St. Catherine. Sunshine City to the world. Hello, world. Good morning, Jamaica. It's approximately 23 minutes after the hour of 8 a.m. right here in St. Catherine, Jamaica, and all across Jamaica. At 4:54 p.m., we say good evening to Tehran, right there in Iran. At 2:24 p.m. in London, England. At 10:24 p.m. in Tokyo, Japan. Hello, Naoko. How are you? Yeah, good night. Oh, you see me? You see me? Yeah. Good morning, Jamaica. It's a beautiful and sunny morning in Jamaica, coming through from the mountain, because I'm a mountain man and I trot down to the city, across the harbor actually, to Portmore, as it suggests. You know, there's a port just across from where we are, and I love ports. It's absolutely beautiful. Trotting through, I've recognized it was a beautiful, most awesome morning, and I can't say that enough. You know, I mean, it was a wonderful morning. I just want to keep this beautiful sunshiny vibes going right here. Portmore, St. Catherine, Reggae to Reggae live radio and TV show. I'm your host, Jerome Sage Butler. Some say Grandmaster, some say CH, but I miss him one.
Most High King Selassie, I live it and reign now. Conquering lion breaks all chains out.
Sons of Kalila Rose.
Never die. Straight up.
Don't you sigh, no change is gonna come now, surely.
Just keep the faith, you know.
'Cause he survives.
Strong
Don't
and
believe
strong.
in the rumors they're spreading. No, Jah can't tell.
live it and reign it in flesh. No question to the fatal. And I won't be giving up as strong as I am. Man still I walk straight on. Shed no tears and be fruitful. Rasta will survive. The liberty is so truthful. Hey, if I witness with the mirror to the wicked man so bruteful. Hey, me still I grow me whole.
Jah is living forever. Living
from eternal to eternity.
Jah is living forever.
Oh no.
Jah is living forever. Living forever. Jah is living forever. No, please don't pout, 'cause death is about. And if those systems stretch you out, just keep on shining. And when there's a roadblock ahead, you'll feel your blood would shed. Trust that Jah will guide you through and live in you. The King lives forever. The King lives forever. The King lives forever. Forevermore. The King lives forever. The King lives forever. The King lives forever.
I tell you, he was born in Ethiopia as the crowned king. Good nations and upper nations bow before him. He's thrown in this above and no guy can mimic him. Ancient from days, king of kings.
Jah is living forever. Living forever. Jah is living forever. He's the beginning with no end. He is powerful and mighty.
Listening to the sounds of Kalila Rose, a beautiful Rose, a Jamaican in New York, you know what I mean, singing sweet reggae music alongside the man Luton Fire. What an amazing song, you know what I mean? Yeah, Jah live it. I love that. And you know, for all those viewers who are tuning into us live now, you can see some little fixing up going on. And as I told you, we're gonna have a wonderful guest in the studio with us this morning, and she's here, and I was just gonna play one more song as we prep for her. And I'm gonna play another Kalila Rose because she's a beautiful singer, and she just released her album. On my Landlock broadcast show, I interviewed her a couple of times, you know, when she came, and it was wonderful. It was always good music. So one more Kalila Rose, and then we go forward into this wonderful interview, and I'm sure you've been waiting for, to hear about how the children have been transforming not just their lives but our lives as well.
Windows to your soul has revealed to me that you want me to be yours, but it frightens me. So frightening. I know you conspire to set me on
Yeah, I just want to say, yes, 100 arts to the world. I'm trying to respond, but my cursor is a little bit stuck. You know these technology things, they freeze a little. So it's definitely 100 arts to the world. You stream a 714399. Yeah, yeah. It's recorded live, and it's been so we are recording, so you can check out the show afterwards. So you know what I mean, you're not gonna miss anything. Listen to the sounds of Kalila Rose.
Amazing, ambitious and entertaining. I know why I'm shy. When I'm looking in your eyes, your soul speaks to me. When I'm listening to that voice, don't you know? We can be. When I'm looking in your eyes, your soul speaks to me. When I'm not listening to that voice, 'cause I know you make me weak. I'm not ready for this yet, for this. I've just got over a broken heart. This is not the time for this mess, for this. I'm trying to be strong. I'm trying simply blessed with you.
So I want to say big up Jag. Did I got it wrong? Did I got it right? JAG, is that Jag? I'm sure it is an abbreviation for something way more awesome. Awesome sounding and awesome being. Wake up and live from Port St. Catherine right here in sunny city, Jamaica. Yes. And we're gonna just hold it right there as we get into that, professional interview mode. 'Cause, we love the vibe. Welcome, Diana.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure having you.
It's a pleasure being here, Jerome.
So first of all, you were asking where the camera is. It's right there. So if you did look that way, you're facing it. So first of all, I want to ask you because I was before I get started, I was telling the listeners about 100 Arts Inc. and now the launch or the working towards the launch of 100 Arts Jamaica. So first of all, tell us about 100 Arts Inc. And I told him about Canon. I didn't tell Kenyan. I didn't tell about this. I didn't tell him about the story of how it started, but I want you to do that. But I told him about her work and her impetus towards helping people all across the world. And so you can tell us a little bit more, first starting with what is 100 Arts Inc.
Okay, 100 Arts Inc. is Canyon, just like the Grand Canyon.
Wow.
I call her my eighth wonder of the world because she is phenomenal. Canyon's baby is what I call 100 Arts actually, because she was actually a baby when she started. She was 5. And I tell people that they looked at me like crazy, but the facts are there to, back up.
And that is absolutely awesome, because when I heard about that, I said to myself, 5 years old, and so clairvoyant. That's absolutely an inspiration.
Yes, but it's not that unusual for Kenyan, because when she was 5, she was really 50. So she started 100 Hearts. I don't know, honest to God, what was going through her mind when she did it. I just know she looked at me and she said, "Mommy, if 100 people had a heart, we could save 100 lives."
Wow.
And
hold on. For this is radio, so we have to do the punchline. If 100 people had a heart, we could save 100 lives. Yes. And how old was she when she said this?
5.
5 years old.
She was 5. She was she was in kindergarten, and she had done a project the year before that for pre-K for the 100th day of school.
Okay.
And she told me I need to give her brand new pennies to spell her name.
Okay.
Canyon, Canyon, just like the Grand Canyon. She's Canyon River Gray-Campbell.
Canyon River Gray-Campbell.
Yes.
The
river part is one of my
beautiful.
favorites.
I love the river.
But she's actually named after one of my favorite actors who's passed away, River Phoenix.
Okay.
And her dad got upset. "You named my child after a drug." I said, no, sweetheart. It's the rivers that formed the Grand Canyon. We'll just so we won't tell him the truth, right? Well, that's our secret. But anyway, so Canyon decided that she wanted to do this, and Honestly, I just said, okay, it's a whim. It's something she's gonna do, and then we're gonna forget about it. It's going on 6 years.
Wow.
She's now 10. She'll be 11 next month.
Wow.
So
6 years.
it's going on 6 years, and,
Wow.
and each day she gets more and more passionate about what it is 100 Hearts mean to her.
Yeah.
She's enlisted her sister Sky
Yes.
to help her, and Sky has now taken 100 Hearts to her school, which
Wow.
is Westminster School in Connecticut,
Nice.
and they're hoping to go global. What want to answer your question in sequence? 100 Hearts, what Canyon said is that what she wants to do, they're tennis players, both girls.
Oh,
are
wow.
Tennis players.
Wow.
And they decided that when they look around, they said there's too many children that are obese in the United States.
That's so true.
And this is what leads to heart problems. I didn't know at the time that Canyon wanted to go into cardiology.
Wow.
And she's one of those Google fanatics. She Googles everything. Every time I ask, how do you know that, Canyon? I Googled it, Mommy. Google is great. So she Googles it and she says, listen, Mommy, do you know that heart disease starts at age 7, around there?
Oh, I didn't know that also. So that's information to me. And if you're just tuning in to Wake Up and Live, I am talking to Diana Gray-Campbell, mother of Canyon Campbell, who started 100 Arts Inc., a wonderful organization that seeks to solicit and gather in as much support as possible for heart patients. And as you were telling me last night, it is even moving past the idea of just the heart in terms of a patient to a heart in terms of emotional.
Yes, I'll tell you. It was designed at first to help children with heart defects,
Yes.
and to prevent heart disease in children through exercise. They wanted, Canyon's an avid footballer.
Wow.
We'll call it soccer in the States.
Soccer,
but
yes,
she
yes.
plays football. She swims. They're both tennis pros because their dad's a tennis pro.
Okay.
So they're actually going pro. For
So they're going
tennis.
pro. So the Campbell sisters, Sky and Canyon, will be coming at you, not just in this sense, but pro tennis players.
tennis.
So are they good, mommy?
Them alright. Them can't beat me still. Them a come. Them a come along.
I thought you said daddy was a pro.
Well, me beat daddy all the time.
Oh, I love that one.
I am the Serena of the family, so it is what it is. Anyway, so Canyon and Sky, they've decided that they wanted to help with exercise.
Yes.
Through exercise to prevent heart disease.
Nice.
Sky, once she was in this bed, she said, Mommy, you've always said that the heart is the seat to the soul.
Yes.
So we're not going to just look at it as anatomically the heart and
Yes.
heart disease, but children with broken homes have a broken heart. Children without enough, like supplies, school supplies,
Yes.
things that some children have so many things,
Yes. Yes.
and some people have none. So we're going to try our best to even. This was her
Nice.
words.
You're gonna make a sharing,
Yes.
trying to equalize some of the disparities.
Yes, Sky's motto is the heart is the seat to the soul.
Yes.
Family's motto is, our family motto is, if you don't know, you don't know. But
Mhm.
once you see and you know, you must. Meaning, if you don't know
Yeah.
that child needs something, that's
Mhm.
fine. But if
Mhm.
you see the need, you must do something about it, no matter
Nice.
how small your contribution.
Nice.
So
I like
that's-
that. You
that's
must
what
do something if you
must.
know.
You cannot turn a blind eye. It's
I
just,
like that.
it's non-negotiable. You just cannot turn a blind eye, no matter how small. Okay, audience, you woke up this morning and you think you may not have enough, but if you have something, it is enough to share.
Yes.
That's how we think of it.
I absolutely agree. And the essence of what Sky says, that the heart is the seat to the soul. Certainly, it's the portal, it's the gateway. And approaching, I guess, therapy from that angle is something that impresses me, because I am into art therapy. And my essence of transforming lives, I do it through the music and actually through art workshops and art programs. And the heart has the ART in it. The HEART has the ART in it. So as a practitioner of the ART in the heart, I was quite impressed when you told me that last night, that being such in such a young age, because she's a teenager.
Sky is now 15.
Yes.
Canyon's 10. So
Yeah,
yes,
being
they're very young.
but, I mean, I know they're your kids and you are in their presence and the awesomeness all the time. But you've got to understand that their audiences, there are people in the audience. There are parents who have passed the age of 40 and have not felt fulfilled. They have not done the simplest of things to advance the cause of another human being. Not that they didn't want to, but they didn't connect or took the inspiration and ran with it. Here's a 5-year-old child that is now an 11-year-old child, and a 15-year-old child that was a 10-year-old child at the time, that they grasp this. This isn't something that you should take lightly. This is something that is intense, and it is almost surreal. It is something that they deserve a great amount of recognition, because that is profound for a child. And the precursor to me bringing you on, I said, the essence of the violence that's been happening to children in Jamaica. And we're going to come to that as we talk about the 100 Hearts Jamaica. When we look at the violence happening to kids in Jamaica, and I was saying, kids are now making a response. They are learning to protect themselves because it seems that society and the adults have failed. When I remember the little girl who's 14 years old right now in Pakistan, who's suffering from a gunshot wound to the head, for standing up for women's rights, girls' rights to be educated in that country, I am emboldened to say Canon and Sky are trailblazers, trendsetters that needs that praise, that recognition. It should grow.
I tell you what, it's never too late. You mentioned about the parents who maybe feel that they haven't done. It's never too late. You could be 98. It's never too late. The requirements for being a part of 100 Hearts Inc., 100 Hearts Jamaica, we're going to be doing 100 Hearts Haiti, 100, basically.
You're going to unite the world.
What Canon and Sky has come up with as the formation of the company is that they need 100 Hearts to go global. The way they've set it up is that they need to have 100 Hearts Inc. is the base. It's based in New York, United States. So what they're saying is in each country that we go into, we'll have an ambassador to 100 Hearts. And those ambassadors will correlate with Canon and Sky in the States, along with the other members of 100 Hearts Inc. to find the directors for each state, whichever way their country is set up. Like, for example, in Jamaica, 100 Hearts Jamaica
like a semi-autonomous, but it has a connection at the core, that all the organizations function and are connected.
And they will function individually, but connected.
Like the arteries of the heart.
Inc. Exactly, like the arteries of the heart. I like that. 100 Hearts Inc. will be the mother. For all of her babies globally.
I'm feeling it. I don't think you need to sell it to us because we feel it. You don't have to sell it. We see it.
I've just registered 100 Hearts Jamaica Limited just yesterday.
Wonderful.
And we are actively searching for our ambassador to 100 Hearts Jamaica. No.
And I must say, at this point, I want to say good morning to Jamila Geddes, who she's the one that has brought this wonderful information to me back a while when I was on Landlock Radio, as I said, and I interviewed her, and this story came to my attention, and I've been impressed by it, and you have kept in touch. So, as you're saying that you're about to get your ambassador.
We are actively searching for an ambassador, and it's not as if we need you to be this great big scholar. The requirements to become a member of 100 Hearts is to first be between the ages of 5 and 19, because the founder was 5 when she founded it. And if she can do it, any 5-year-old can do it.
I love it. And I love it that it's open to children that way, that it's from 5 to 19, and the kids element is strong in it. I love that. I love
the
it.
second requirement is to have the passion to help. You understand?
Yes.
And then everything else will fall into place where we need it. So we are searching for one ambassador for 100 Hearts Jamaica Limited, who will then help us, work with us to find the 14 directors which will represent each parish. And then those directors will work with the ambassador and Canon and Sky to find the representatives for each, what do we call them?
Parishes,
communities.
Counties,
14
communities.
parishes will have 14 directors.
Okay, so you mean like
within
the community?
Each parish will have, for example,
for the capitals?
Portmore needs a representative.
Okay, I understand. From major towns then within each parish.
Yes.
I'm feeling
it. And then those representatives are responsible for going within their community to find the need of the children in that community, whether or not a school needs roofing, a computer, a child needs an operation, a child's need, members of the family of that child's family needs to help that child with medical supplies, anything like that.
Yes.
You know, so then we'll do a fundraiser
Yes.
within that community, and what the community is not able, what gap is left, will
You-
then go out
Side.
into the parishes, and then still if there's a gap left, then money will come in, which is 100 Hearts Inc. US
Yes.
will come in and fill that gap, and
Wow.
that's how it will work in
Nice.
each.
So it's a
they
very
have
it's
they
a
have
strong
formula.
support network, and it's like, as I said, the artists of the heart extending out, carrying the fuel, the supply that's needed. And there's sometimes when you fall short, you need to get some strong energy in, going from the heart to the arteries back to the organs of the body. Life is a beautiful function, and the heart not only regulates the physical flow within the biology, it is also the representative of the emotional center. And it's always wonderful when there are efforts that is genuine in origin and in nature, that is directed towards that seat within the human being, the heart.
It's honest to God, it baffles me when I hear people speak of what these girls are doing as if it is so unusual and it's so special. Because to me, they're doing what they were set out to do.
Yes.
You're doing what they must do, and they're doing what each and every individual should be doing and have thought about doing, but for some reason society or this or that, because people approach us and go, oh, you're from charity organization, you're rich, are you this or you're that, no. It's ever since I was a child, my mom has instilled in me that you be kind.
Yes.
It's simple enough.
True, that's something that's been the cornerstone of Jamaican families, is that there's a kindness element to how you treat members of the family and also the community. And even if you have a close family that doesn't interact with a lot of community members, your parents would still tell you that you have manners and respect. Same way, even though say you don't mix up, pass no face the remark like a thing say you.
And you have this thing about Jamaicans are inherently kind people. And they say we screw face. I can't screw my face, yes. But I've never and I will never pass another human being in the street without a smile.
Yes.
And people say, oh, she enough, or why you're so friendly or whatever. But it's a human beings, we're spirits that need connections with other spirits.
Yes.
And
yes.
the heart is
that connection,
the seat of that soul
yes.
that connects us to each other.
Once I did a poem when I was much younger. I would like to find the strings that attach my soul to your soul, heart to heart, soul to soul. Those are my earliest works. And what I think is that essentially, whenever you are younger in a lot of senses, you are somewhat more in tune with that emotional center, with that connecting to other souls. It's more natural, and then you are almost educated out of it. But I'm not let me not say educated, because some people will say that it is suggested that it's organized, but let's just say socialized out of it. We live in a desensitized society.
But it is organized and it is socialized, and if what you're saying is true, then Jerome, I must be forever 5.
But some people say, especially as it relates to a religious view of life, they say that to be a true proponent, initiate of religious life, is like you have to be born again, be as a child. So essentially, it is not to suggest when anyone say, to Yahshua, should it enter a second time? It says no. It is like being born of the spirit and of the blood or of the water. So the essence is that renewing of your mind. It's like you keep that youthful mind, that hunger, that space where the experience of life hasn't clouded you with bitter memories that will cloud that connection. Because let's be honest, we are real people. This is wake up and live. We are real people. So when the next man touch your can, touch your this, and you're growing, and the growing is our mechanism of controlling ourselves. Our talk and our breath is a mechanism of controlling ourselves. Some people do not exercise that. Some people are just violent. So the essence to break this pattern, it's good to relate to the feelings and to the emotions. And society, I think, has somewhat rubbed those out of our experience, desensitized us a bit to that.
Well, you know what? My personal opinion has always been that you only have two types of people on earth, the conscious and the unconscious. And most of the unconscious, they have no idea that they're even unconscious.
Yes.
They're walking around attaching themselves to things,
Yes.
to materialism, to, how would they say, star boy, and all these little crazy things, things turn up, and all this kind of foolishness, and it's all about walking around half naked on video and Facebook and all of this stuff, and just the things that does not even matter. They're so unconscious that
So the things
they
that
can't-
matter. So this is almost like we're talking a foreign language.
It's foreign to me. Honest to God, I look at them and my heart breaks for my brothers and my sisters every time I look at them. And I have this thing inside of me where I go, oh God, is Canyon and Sky going to grow out of who they are now into, when do you become unconscious? I've always wondered, like, when does the conscious become unconscious? And I think it's that, going back to what you said, that socialization, that organization of becoming unconscious.
Yes.
And you really have to, you have to guard yourself. You really have to
Guard your heart.
your spirituality, guard your heart.
Yes.
You really need to guard your heart so that you do not become one of the unconscious. Yes, I like to look good. Yes, I'm a diva. Yes,
Yes, you are.
you must fix up yourself. Whatever,
Guys,
but
your
you
mom is a
cannot-
diva.
you cannot attach yourself to this light is sun is good for me, but it's bad for my, you cannot attach yourself to material things. There's nothing that I have that is so precious to me that is a thing that I cannot give. Nothing at all. It really, really doesn't matter to me. You understand?
Absolutely, keep going.
I think that the most precious thing any human being have is actually the top there, Jerome. The most precious thing that any human being have to give of themselves is their heart. It's their heart. You have to say to yourself every morning when you wake up, what am I going to do today for the betterment of someone else? And you will see how good. When I say good, it's like sometimes we really feel like a little picnic on Christmas.
I love that.
Morning time, and I'm like, what am I going to do today to make somebody's life better?
You know, when I hear that passion in you, I see, and now before I heard it, I see it, I feel it. So people, there's a difference, because I've been in this for years, and I've heard a lot of people say wonderful things, because we, by nature, we drive towards good. That's what is the driving force in human being, whether we do it or not. But it's a magnetic difference when someone does it,
Jerome,
and you
know,
feel
I'm
it.
selfish. It's selfish. Me selfish, you know, because when me wake up a morning time, I me decide, say, boy, me going to do something good today, because it make me feel so darn good to do it. It's selfish. Me like feel good.
Good feels good too. It makes people not good feels good. So it's like, and as Sky says, it resonates in the heart.
Yes.
And that, you know, the essence of when something has a good start, and a nice seed, as Canyon had that beautiful seed, and she planted it. The essence of its value is how it is nurtured and allowed to grow.
And she's so, I was coming here, I got here on Friday. And Friday morning before she left for school, she gave me a hug and said, Mommy, you're going to Jamaica, you're going to do 100 Hearts Jamaica Limited, right? I said, yes, baby, we, I take care of that for whatever. She goes, Mommy, can I tell you something? And I said, what is it, sweetie? And she said, why are people so surprised? Why are they so surprised? Why are they treating us like we're doing something so different? Don't all kids think like us?
Wow, profound. You know, this is one of the beautiful things, you know, there's a thing when them say when you preach to the converted, it seems to like, goes unheeded. But the beautiful thing is that there are so much people out there that they've never gotten a chance to even complete a project in their local school that could make them feel good about themselves. They've been pushed around, they've been made to feel inadequate by a system designed to grade you based upon a particular specific design. So if you do not fit that criterion, then you are not worthy. So there are lots of kids who are growing up that have never had that have had the opportunity, but have not recognized that it was an opportunity to express themselves. So when Canyon had grasped her opportunity because of the beauty within her soul, some would say the angelic nature within her, the godlikeness that's within her, or just the natural desires just coming through without resistance. Lots of kids are exposed to environments that don't necessarily allow that to come through so easily. It goes back to you and her father in how you have been raised as individuals and how you have created an atmosphere to allow that to happen. So while it is natural for Canon and Sky to think this way, it is also natural for a lot of kids to not know that that is possible within them. So it's good to sensitize them to it. So never be surprised, and I'm sure they are humbled to just know that they are a vessel, and this vessel will enact a whole heap of people, because trust me, we're sleeping. We're sleeping enough.
You know, I'll tell you, you said that and it brings me back to, we were here at the latter part of last year into January of this year. Canyon and Sky raised $100,000.
Wow, and that is US?
And they, no, that's Jamaican dollars. They raised it within 2 weeks, just amongst themselves and their friends, and they did a small raffle. And they decided that it was Christmas. They wanted to make a difference in the Jamaican kids, because Jamaica is our first love.
Because
we are Jamaicans.
Yes.
So we're going. They said, start, charity begins at home. Or this is home. We came here thinking, wow, we're going to give this $100,000 away to help them. Do you know how hard it was? Yes, right here.
You're saying that you had a wonderful donation made through the charitable efforts of your children and this wonderful organization, 100 Hearts, and you came to Jamaica to make a donation of that, and there was issues with that?
There was one particular person that, I mean, I'm so glad she did what she did, because it just fuels my passion and the children's passion more to go forward. She's a journalist, supposedly, and someone knew about the children and contacted her and said, wow, these kids came down from America and they want to give away $100,000 Jamaican, and can you maybe do a thing on them in your paper and whatever. And they gave me the number, and I called this lady and I was so happy to speak to her, and this woman's response, and I quote, was, why your children want to be thanked? If they're going to donate the money, just donate the money. What they're looking for thanks for? And I said to her, miss, with edification, with each person that edifies and that says thank you to them, is another person that finds out about them, that is willing to donate and to help.
And to contribute, and it's also human, and to be...
Yes. She said, no. Children in Jamaica give away money all the time.
So she made it be like that.
There's a little girl on St. Elizabeth that gave away some computers and whatever, and I said to her, how do you know about this little girl? Well, her father called me, and I did a piece in the paper about her, and I said, oh really? So then she was edified, right? So she said, but children do it all the time, they just donate the money and that's it. I don't see any reason why she should be thanked. And I said to her, I thought to myself, I really want to trace this woman, but I'm not going to do it, because there's two sides to me. There's my side, Diana, need to form her eradication squad and go out and hunt down all these demons that is, preying on the children of Jamaica, which that's the next step, but that is me, my personal thing, not Canon and Sky, because I have that side of me. Where that's going to be taken on soon, and it's going to stop. But let's go back to this woman. And I said to myself, no, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to chase her. You just tell her exactly what's on your mind. I said to her, miss, I'm not going to say her name, because I'm not going to give her any plugs or play or whatever. She's not worth it. I said to her, I've heard conversations and talk like that before. But usually, there's a lot of alcohol involved. So you have a blessed day. And I hung up my phone, because she must have been drunk. And she was unconscious and drunk on power. And I never contacted her again. But you see what? 100 Hearts will go forward. It's not an if or a must or a may. It must. And
those things are just, as we say, the resistance to the very natural order. And there are always going to be those people popping up. You see, media, as we've got to understand, is very tribal. And that is why media like Reggae to Reggae live TV show allows, you know, the natural, something that is in connection with the human to come through. And we have to give thanks to Rocky Sons Production and Walkway 30 Productions for allowing, you know, this beautiful energy to rise out of Portmore St. Catherine. And, you know, it's been a wonderful pleasure having Diana Gray-Campbell here talking about 100 Hearts. And she's going to just, like, you know, give us some final information about how to contact the organization and how to sign up and, you know, be able to donate and even time and effort towards, you know, making the life of an individual a little better, even your community member. Yeah, so, you know, Diana, I want to thank you for coming through. I want to thank Canon. I want to thank Sky for their work. And even if it is all simple and natural in their heart, it's still an amazing work. And we want to say thank you for that.
Jerome, I want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak to your audience today. And definitely want to big up this Ustream 714399. You said you had to go to class. But sweetheart, remember, class come first, and tell all your classmates and everyone about 100 Hearts. I want to thank Jamila for linking us. Yes. I want to thank, you know, your Reggae to Reggae.
Yes.
And the
Walkway 30.
Yes. Definitely, I like that, you know, Walkway 30.
And it's actually we're at Walkway 30 in go to Portmore St. Catherine. So
big up Portmore.
Yes.
Also,
Sun City.
Want to big up our board.
Yes.
You know, I want to Canyon, Sky, Mommy loves you. Keep up the good work. I'm so proud of you guys. Right? You know, and
Jag, yes, Jag, we get it. Jag.
Oh, Jag, you're not in class.
We hold you. The conversation too sweet. And I remember I told you it's being recorded, so you can go back afterwards and check out the rebroadcast. So.
Wow, I think we just got Jag in trouble, right? Maybe she's on a little BlackBerry or something in class doing that. Okay, so you know, what is the Sons, the name of your?
Okay, it's reggae2reggae.com, live radio and TV show, and also Walkway 30 production. Yeah, we're just bigging up Sugar Wayne.
Yeah, bless up. Reality TV.
Is it real?
So listen, a final. We need to find our ambassador to 100 Hearts Jamaica Limited.
Yes.
And we need our 14 directors and our representatives, and we need as many of our children to get involved as possible. We show them that, listen, Jamaica's children are not throwaways. They're not waste. We must stop it. We must understand that our children are precious.
And we should honor them.
And we should honor them and protect them and give them the vehicle to which they can show their greatness. Because, I mean, Usain Bolt was a child, wasn't he?
Yes,
he never just grew up so and start running up and down.
Quite so.
Asafa reaching out to you, I love you, baby. But love Asafa, you know.
I think 90% of Jamaica would love Asafa.
No, I think he is a great soul.
Yes.
I look at him and
there's a big family as well too.
Yes, bless up. And I want Asafa, I need you on my board. Yes, I do. And we need you, 100 Hearts Jamaica Limited.
And believe me, if Diana Gray says she needs you, she's going to have you on that board because she sees that the Spirit of the Lord is with you. And that's a wonderful experience. And, you know, we welcome all the people who can really come in and add to this. And as always, there'll be a little naysayers, but we welcome you too because we're going to transform your heart.
Jamila Geddes, Larry Dwar, Antoinette Abrams, big up yourself, KJ Anderson. These are our people on our board so far. 100 Hearts Jamaica Limited.
Diana, Jag said just came out of class. So
that was a short class, Jag, I believe you.
Not in trouble. Yes, so right here at Reggae to Reggae live radio and TV broadcast, Wake Up and Live with Jerome Grandmaster Sage Butler. I had a wonderful interview with Diana Gray-Campbell.
Yes, wake up and live, the unconscious people. Wake up and live. I love that.
Thank you. So again, have a wonderful day to Canyon and Sky Campbell. And we're going to move out of this segment with a track I played before, but it is so poignant and relevant because we are indeed talking about the children. Sounds of the artists, vibrant, as we move into our next segment. Have a wonderful day. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, world. At 7 minutes after the hour of 9 in Kingston, Jamaica. Portmore, St. Catherine. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Leave her alone. Don't even try to know our ear code. She's just 7-year-old. And what you feel like we have a one machine, you don't feel like you don't want to terrorize people and everything. You know, boy, you holla. Listen them. Left the black and go start war again. Now every man strap down, start back again. Yo, me hear them say them not take talk again. Me tell them plant good seeds and water them. No kill the little Shelly and the assassin for them. A demon, repute and slaughter them. Last year, this year, I walk one again. And the same thing, rewind and start again. But ceasefire, remember you say ya. Nobody kill them in a crossfire. Ceasefire, remember you say ya. Nobody kill them, missing ceasefire. Remember you say ya. Nobody kill them in a crossfire. Ceasefire, remember you say ya. Nobody kill them. Yo, me say me eyes them full of water. When them kill Shanika, I know it's a disaster if the children are of future. Them kill Courtney Walker and them kill Ananda. Worldwide the parents them a wonder and a wonder, but it seems like no one cares. Always gonna wipe grandma tears. 9 months belly pain, mama feel it. And some little pervert want come steal it. Me tell them ceasefire. Remember you say ya. Nobody kill them in a crossfire. Ceasefire. Remember you say ya. Nobody kill them. Missing ceasefire. Remember you say ya. Nobody kill them in a crossfire. Ceasefire. Remember you say ya. Nobody kill them. And when mama burn the youth, not hurt the youth. How you fi see a child and you still you a shoot. Before the youth, show them the roots. And give them truth and rights and teach them the truth. And eradicate their destructive ways. Now the youth them fi full joy them days. Now teach them nothing then I tell you a waste. I want that you go rise from your ways. But ceasefire, remember you say ya. Nobody kill them in a crossfire. Ceasefire, remember you say ya. Nobody kill them, missing ceasefire. Remember you say ya. Nobody kill them in a crossfire. Ceasefire, remember you say ya. Nobody kill them. Yo, me see them left the black tongue and start war again. Now every man strapped and start back again. Yo, me hear them say them not TikTok again. Me tell them plant good seeds and water them. No kill the little Shelly and the assassin for them. A demon, repute and slaughter them. Last year, this year, I walk one again. And the same thing, rewind and start again. But ceasefire, remember you say ya. Nobody kill them in a crossfire. Ceasefire, remember you say ya. Nobody kill them, missing ceasefire. Remember you say ya. Nobody kill them in a crossfire. Ceasefire, remember you say ya. Nobody kill them. No, no. Allow the youth them let them grow now. Allow them pick them. John will be feeling star, yo. John must star, yo. A demon them star. You can't rape and kill people star. Yo, I'm to the future. No need to listen to the future. Tens the future lock. You know what I mean? Yo, love the youth them and care the youth them and grow the youth them the right way, man. Show them the truth, show them love. Now because you have a gun for your waist, you have to do what you like. Terrorize people and them pitney. Yo, no good man, sure. You know it's only. You know it's vibrant, you know what I mean? I got to send out the message.
Yes, we indeed got to send out the message of the brilliance of our kids and the need to get ourselves organized as we deal with the issues of our children. Not just their protection, but their excellence. And Diana, you're going to give the information for 100 Hearts Inc. and 100 Hearts Jamaica.
Yes, 100 Hearts Inc. 100 Hearts Inc. at gmail.com covers worldwide. Of course, you can reach us there for any information, questions you might have about becoming a part of 100 Hearts Inc. or 100 Hearts Jamaica Limited. You can reach us there. You can like us on Facebook, 100 Hearts. Also, locally, my phone number, I'm giving it out, 285 1697. Again, 285-1697. That's local. Abroad in New York, it's 516-244-6123. You can reach me there. Any questions you may have about becoming a part of 100 Hearts, donating, doing whatever, please like us on Facebook. We have a challenge, a Facebook challenge running right now that we're going to be raising $100,000 US. $100,000 US in 100 days. But we need to have everyone like us on Facebook, and for each person, this is the premise, I'll give you a small part of it in the essence of time. For each person that like us on Facebook, we're asking that you donate $1 US, and ask a friend, each one teach one. So you have one friend donate $1, and we'll track it and see, and then we'll have the audience be a part of the tracking.
Wow.
And we're in the process of building our website right now and doing everything. Sky's running with this. Westminster boarding school, big up yourself, they've taken it and they've run with it like crazy. So the premise is that the audience, you know, just give you $1 and we take your $1 and say, all right, thank you, go on. You then get to track and see each day what our goal, where we have reached, and at the end of it, you'll get to vote on which charities 100 Hearts will distribute this $100,000 to, and the top 10 that gets the most votes,
that will be
the $100,000 will be split amongst them, of course inclusive of 100 Hearts Jamaica Limited and 100 Hearts Inc. And we're looking into launching now 100 Hearts Haiti, 100 Hearts Dominican Republic. We're looking at a few, and if there's any countries out there with children that would like us to bring 100 Hearts to them, please, we welcome you.
Absolutely. And you heard it right here in Portmore, St. Catherine, Jamaica. Reggae to Reggae live radio TV show, Wake Up and Live, with Grandmaster Jerome Butler. It's been a wonderful morning so far. We're going to keep the musical vibration going forward, because you see the man Sugar Wayne come in and just give us a vibe. He comes in at 10 to run until 2 p.m. in the hot sun city of Portmore, St. Catherine. After that, we got the man King I. So we got a whole day filled with Jamaica's reggae music and culture. Big up to our audience watching us and checking out us live. Yeah, we're keeping the sun in your morning, your night, your evening. Your heart. I love it. Raging fire. We're calling birthrights. Live. Wake up and live.
Behold, I live forevermore. Yeah. Behold, 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 I see them chasing money. I choose life. I live forevermore. Yeah. In my father's house or mansion, streets of gold, I walk forevermore. Behold, behold, behold. Behold, I live forevermore. Sing it again. Behold, 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 I live forevermore. Na 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 na.
Listening to the wonderful sounds of the band Raging Fire as we are raging hot sunfire in the wonderful Sun City, Portmore, St. Catherine. Reggae2Reggae.com live radio TV show. Yeah, and this is, you know what I mean? Yeah, this is where we keep the fire burning and blazing for all conscious and healthy Jamaican people. You know what I mean? I'm gonna play my favorite track from Raging Fire. You know, as a matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna hold that track. I'm gonna play that one when I'm going, because Diana was so impressed by Kalila Rose. She loves her music, and this young lady, like Diana, lives in New York, but is from the Rock, the Sun City, you know. Yeah, to the world, Jamaica to the world.
Jamaica to the world.
So
nowhere no better than yard. That's what we say.
100%. So we have the beautiful Kalila Rose. One more time. Yeah, I hope you like this one. Yeah. Reggae music, wake up and live world.
Burning red hot, we now. The road of King David, sleep now. No. Weep now. Oh, the road of King David, sleep now. And pies in the coal and the sheep, boys in the fish in the stream. Axe 20 rebel. Them all put a dose in the fresh vegetable. Be conscious of what you put in your mouth. Stop and read the label. Cancer is lurking about, so watch what you're putting on your dinner table. But we now, oh, the road of King David, sleep now. No, oh, we now, the road of King David, sleep now. No, and fire will be burning red hot. You know, say you're wicked and you're slow. I know they touch the black soil. I'm talking to you pagans, and I'm warning the nation about your corruption and the pollution you're putting on the food. Cause the food is the stuff of life, you know. The stuff of life for what we need to survive. Be prepared to face this judgment. So the road of King David, sleep not. No, fire will be burning red hot. Oh, weep not. The road of King David, sleep not. Oh, yeah. Well, it's a life and death situation. You don't know, say.
Sleep not, weep not, the root of King David, it still exists and still reigning from the sunshine state of Jamaica, the island in the sun, draped in sun, sea, and sand. Broadcasting live, reggae to reggae live radio and TV show. Wake up and live. I am Grandmaster Sage. Some say Jerome Sage Butler, some say Grandmaster, some say Sage. Yeah, still me. Bless up to LSX, my group. Big up to the Tree of Life family and the whole fraternity. Big up to the man Pi. Yes, yes, yes. And to Naoko in Barakan. Yes, to my friends in Oslo, Norway. I say good night. Yeah, you know what I mean, to all my friends in Beijing, China. It's 24 p.m. You know what I mean? Getting ready to, you know, hit the sack, you know what I mean? Taking a little reggae sun with you, you know what I mean? Hot reggae on fire from the sunshine state, you know, Portmore, St. Catherine. Yes, we're, you know, the essence of I was telling you, I love ports. It's one of my the magical places to me, you know what I mean? Yeah, I really do like, you know, wonderful place. So we're going to be keeping this, you know, wonderful musical experience going. A track from the artist, Nature. This particular, Nature is a very good friend of mine. This is I think one of his better tracks that he's put out. It approaches the issue of what's happening right across the world, the essence of what's happening in Syria, the sectarianism in Afghanistan, in Iraq, in Pakistan, and what's happening against our young women, against our young men here in Jamaica, the kind of violence that's escalating in human societies across the world as economic depravity leads humans to deeper and darker states within their own consciousness. We need a kind of music that pushes against the barrier of hatred and intolerance and represents love. Wake up and live. I hear some good music. Yeah.
Time for justice, world peace. It's what we're fighting for. World peace. In the southwest, north and east. World peace. It's what we're fighting for. World peace. We want the violence cease. Down there in Nigeria, down there in South Africa, Sudan and Uganda, Ethiopia and all over Africa, right here in Jamaica, with a BNP and JMP, all over the Caribbean, let love set us free. World peace is what we're fighting for. World peace in the southwest, north and east. World peace is what we're fighting for. World peace, let crime and violence cease. Down there in Europe, Asia and the Middle East, down there in Australia, down there in North and South America, the spreading of HIV and all those evil STDs, all those nuclear weapons, all because of Babylon's greed. World peace is what we're fighting for. World peace in the southwest, north and east. World peace is what we're fighting for. World peace, let crime and violence cease. Suicide bombers going
Sounds of the man, nature, world peace. Trying to burn.
Thank you, mama.
Trying to burn. I keep busy.
Thank you, mama.
You caught us. Thank you, mama.
You saved me, you rescued me. The lessons you taught me is guiding me daily. Mama, you saved.
Yeah, we have to big up the mothers. We can't just say it like it's that. We have to big up all the beautiful mothers of the world. Sounds of the artist nature. It's Wake Up and Live with Jerome Butler right here at Rocky Sons Production, Walkway 30 Productions in Portmore, St. Catherine, Reggae to Reggae live radio TV broadcast show. It's right here in Kingston, Jamaica. It's actually 29 minutes to the hour of 10 a.m. in Kingston, Jamaica. Big up to the man Sugar Wayne coming on in a little bit. Right forward again to the artist nature, giving thanks and praise for mama.
Thank you, mama. Thank you, mama. Mama, you saved me, you rescued me. The lessons you taught me is guiding me daily. Mama, you saved me, you rescued me. The lessons you gave me are guiding me daily. Mama, me know that you raised me right. Even when we rebel, you never stop fight. You are the light that guide my life. Perfect example of to choose a wife. Taught me to pray, read a psalm of the day. Sing a song, drive the devil away. Never, 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 never stray. Don't try to pagans way. Mama, you saved me, you rescued me. The lessons you taught me is guiding me daily. Mama, you saved me, you rescued me. The lessons you gave me are guiding me daily. When Papa gonna work, you stayed with us at home. Never leave us on the street, go roam. Like Empress man and you sit on your throne. Mama, you deserve a golden crown. Like Noah Ark, you keep sailing on through the wind and through the storm. Mama, you kept us warm. Mama, keep pressing on. Mama, you saved me, you rescued me. The lessons you taught me is guiding me daily. Mama, you saved me, you rescued me. The lessons you gave me are guiding me daily. Don't you cry, wipe your eyes. I know Jah will make things right. He has seen how hard you've tried. Your reward is just inside. Don't you cry, wipe your eyes. I know Jah will make things right. He has seen how hard you've tried. Don't give up the fight. Mama, you saved me, you rescued me. The lessons you taught me is guiding me daily. Mama, you saved me, you rescued me. The lessons you gave me are guiding me daily.
This one to my baby. Right out there in Ibaraki, Japan. One love now. One love, princess. One love. Wake up and live as we rock to the final half of the show.